Now, a special report raids this weekend on the aides of Akhilesh Yadav. The BJP's main rival in poll-bound UP has once again turned the spotlight on the use of central agencies to target the Modi government's political opponents. Now, a 3-month-long NDTV investigation has found how action by central agencies against the BJP government's rivals and critics has witnessed a massive spike since the BJP-led government came to power in 2014. Since 2014, central agencies have targeted a whopping 570 of the government's political rivals and critics, 340% jump compared to the Congress-led UPA-2. The NDTV analysis capturing this explosive surge was compiled using public domain information of reported instances of action taken by central agencies, including the CBI, the Enforcement Directorate and Income Tax. NDTV's Mariam Alvi has more.
Since May 2014, when the Modi government first came into power, 570 government critics have faced some sort of coercive action. Of the 570, close to 400 or 70% are BJP's political rivals, their family members or their aides and associates. This is a massive increase compared to similar action under the UPA-2 government. This is a jump of 340% compared to similar action under the UPA-2 government. And it's not just politicians and their relatives that are there on the list. We have media who are seen as independent or critical of the government being targeted, like the recently Dainik Bhaskar and Bharat Samachar, who had covered the devastation of the second wave quite extensively. Activists like Sudha Bharadwaj and others in the Bhima Koregaon case. Critics like Tapsi Pannu, Anurag Kashyap also on the list. And even bureaucrats who have questioned the government were also targeted. Let's not forget the tax cases against Election Commissioner Ashok Lavasa's family members after he had disagreed with the clean chits given to Modi and Shah during the 2019 elections. If we can pull up those graphics on screen, we can see that right now. Action against BJP's rivals, we have 570 individuals or organizations. And on the other side, action against BJP's own members and their allies is a measly 39. And so essentially, almost 15 of the opposition are targeted for every one of their own.
Right. So that's a big shift. You also looked at just 570 when it comes to rivals and just 39 when it comes to quote unquote the home team. And you also compared this to similar actions, because obviously all governments do this, similar actions taken under the UPA-2.
Exactly. Like you said, all governments do this and this is not new, but the scale at which it is being done, that is what is staggering here. Under the Modi government, since May 2014, we saw 570 government critics face some sort of action. That is an average of about 75 a year. Under UPA-2, between 2009 and 2014, there were action against 85 such critics. That's an average of about 17 a year, Vasu, and that's a jump of 340%.
Okay, that's a very important number to remember, that again, it's not as if government critics and rivals haven't been raided or targeted in the past by governments, but it's the huge surge which is of note and which is concerning, 340%. Let's just also put up, Mariam, another graphic we have which just gives you an idea of who out of the political parties have been targeted the most. And let's go through those numbers now. And this is virtually every political party in India, non-BJP party, has a case against it. Congress, Mariam, is leading the pack, not surprisingly.
Exactly. Like you said, virtually everybody from the Abdullahs and Muftis in Jammu and Kashmir to M.K. Stallin's family and others of the DMK in Tamil Nadu, virtually every political party in the opposition is on our list. And at the top of that list is Congress, with 75 of their members targeted, including an IT notice to the Congress party itself. Now, this could be by virtue of being the largest opposition party. But next on the list is the other most vocal opposition right now in India, the TMC. 36 of their members were targeted, including investigations by the Enforcement Directorate, CBI and the IT department into funds received by the party.
So you've got Congress 75, TMC 36, Aam Aadmi Party 18, NC National Conference 14, PDP 12, TDP 12, DMK 11, NCP 8 cases, RJD 8 cases, BJD, BSP, JDS, Shiv Sena, SP, Independence, YSRCP, CPIM, AIADMK, IUML. So, you know, and the list goes on and on. One goes all the way down, the Akalis, AMMK, Raijor Party of Assam, Janasena. So, it really is going down to almost every single political party. And Mariam, now what we've done is we've kind of visualized a gallery of all those that have been targeted by the BJP or under the BJP's watch by central agencies. And this is now all the politicians that are coming up on the screen. These are, by the way, not even perhaps, Mariam, all of them.
Exactly, Vasu. This is just a sampling of the politicians that have been targeted. There are far more. There are, in fact, 257 politicians to be exact that have been targeted by the Modi government. This is just a sample of that.
Right. But just looking at that, let's stay with that for a second, because just looking at that, you get a sense of the scale of the numbers of those who've been targeted. You'll see obviously familiar faces there, which includes Congress leaders like Sonia Gandhi, like Rahul Gandhi, who face charges. Sharad Pawar is there, Mayawati is there. But then you have also a whole host of other political leaders, perhaps some of whom are not that prominent. But again, it gives you the size and the scope. And Mariam, let's now look at the others who've also been targeted, which, as you mentioned, includes journalists, it includes activists, it includes bureaucrats, it also includes even film stars who've asked or raised uncomfortable questions like Taapsee Pannu and so on.
Exactly, Vasu. So this again is not a complete list of everybody who has been targeted. There are many more. But this is just a sample. You can see you have Amnesty there, you have News Minute, Quint, media organizations like NewsClick, etc. Dainik Bhaskar. You have activists like the climate activist Disha Ravi is on there. We have student activists like Kanhaiya Kumar, who was a student leader then, Shaila Rashid and others, and other activists like Sudha Bhardwaj, etc. These are just a sample of the type of leaders and activists that they've gone up against, including some of the farm leaders that were in talks with the government about calling a truce. They were also targeted in the list. There is a pattern and there is a design. If we look at Tamil Nadu, in 2021, right before the state was going to polls, you saw multiple DMK leaders being targeted, including tax raids on MK Stallin's daughter and son-in-law just 4 days before the state polls. In West Bengal, again before the 2021 state polls, agency action was taken against at least 14 TMC politicians, relatives and associates. This was before and during the state polls of 2021. In Rajasthan, during the 2020 political crisis when Sachin Pilot was attempting a coup of sorts, we saw action against at least 6 Congress politicians in aids, including the questioning of Ashok Gehlot's son, brother and OSD. In Karnataka in 2019, in the run-up to the Lok Sabha elections and also the political crisis that the government of the time was facing, and the government eventually collapsed in July 2019, at that time, at least 14 JDS and Congress politicians, relatives and associates were targeted. In Gujarat, ahead of the Rajya Sabha elections in 2017, tax raids happened on the Karnataka resort where Congress's 42 MLAs were being sheltered.